Good evening. Please be seated. Hello, everybody. I'm Jennifer Summit. I'm the interim vice president and provost of the university. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our graduate recognition ceremony. At this ceremony, we pay tribute to the accomplishments of our most distinguished students earning graduate degrees this year. The graduate students we honor today have met the highest academic standards in our most challenging degree programs. They were selected by their program, department, school, and college faculty to receive the Graduate Student Distinguished Achievement Award. This award, the highest we give to graduate students, is based not just on grade point average or test scores, but also upon exceptional academic accomplishments, including publications, inventions, creative works, and outstanding exhibits and performances. These students have also served the university by participating and engaging as leaders in student and professional organizations. Our exemplary students are those who give the most back to the community through distinguished contributions in formal internships and field placements, and through volunteer work and service. In their interactions with faculty and fellow students, they have demonstrated cooperation, collaboration, and helpfulness through tutoring and mentoring others, embodying the highest ideals of professionalism and collegiality. San Francisco State takes great pride in the achievements of these excellent students. Will you please join me in applauding them? Representatives of the university community are here to join in this celebration. You will meet many of them as the ceremony continues, but before we proceed, I'd like to introduce the following representatives of the faculty and members of the platform party. Please stand as I call your name, and please hold your applause until all are introduced. Professor Troy Carlton of our English Language and Literature Department is chair of the Academic Senate. She has provided extraordinary faculty leadership in this demanding and challenging role. Our marshals leading the students into the theater were Professor Teaster Baird of our Chemistry and Biochemistry Department, Professor Ellen Hines from our Geography and Environment Department, Professor Mary Alice Kern, chair of our Kinesiology Department, and Professor Maria del Rosario Zavallo of our Elementary Education Department. Leading the faculty into the theater were our faculty marshals, Professor Subodh Bhatt of our Marketing Department, Professor Russell Jung of our Asian American Studies Department, Professor Shireen Khanmohammadi of our Comparative and World Literature Department, and Professor Siri McDougall of our Africana Studies Department. On the platform, I also want to recognize Mary Ann Begley, Dean of Students, and Deborah Masters, University Librarian. Our ceremony today provides an opportunity to acknowledge the importance of the graduate programs at San Francisco State University. A master's degree or professional doctorate has become increasingly necessary for success in most academic and professional areas. The speed of change in the job market, sparked by advances in technology, dramatically increases the demand for flexible, adaptable, well-educated professionals with advanced skills. Graduate education continues the lifelong learning process that keeps knowledge and skills current and makes possible groundbreaking discoveries. San Francisco State University exemplifies the emphasis that California State University has placed on access to high-quality graduate education, particularly for students who are underrepresented in doctoral studies and the professions. Our Division of Graduate Studies is one of the largest and most celebrated in the California university system. Here are some highlights. According to a study sponsored by the National Science Foundation, SF State ranks 4th nationally among master's level colleges and universities for the total number of graduates who go on to receive research doctorates. San Francisco State's graduate history program sends more students into PhD programs than any other master's-only comprehensive university in the country. U.S. News and World Report consistently ranks the doctoral program in physical therapy offered jointly with the University of California at San Francisco among the top physical therapy programs in the country and first among public universities in California. Other graduate programs listed among the best in the United States by the U.S. News and World Report include art, communicative disorders, public administration, rehabilitation counseling, and social work. Our creative writing, cinema, broadcast and electronic communication arts, philosophy, museum studies, computer science, psychology, and business programs are nationally recognized and draw top applicants from around the globe. Graduate students seeking degrees in the fields of science develop their skills in the Conservation Genetics Laboratory, the Romberg-Tiburon Center for Environmental Studies, the Cell and Molecular Imaging Center, the Fields Herbarium, and the Sierra Nevada Field Campus. These provide just a sample of our highly regarded graduate programs, which include 97 master's degree programs, the Doctorate in Educational Leadership, and 2 doctoral programs offered jointly with the University of California. Our faculty are outstanding teachers and scholars who compose music, publish novels, explore the natural world, train our educators and health practitioners, and solve urban, social, and economic problems. Students from countries all over the world compete for acceptance into many of our graduate programs. Alumni who have earned their master's and doctoral degrees from this campus have distinguished themselves nationally and internationally. And we're confident that you, our graduate honorees, will take your place among those distinguished graduates. Among our students here today are those who have been admitted to doctoral programs at the University of Chicago, the University of Florida, the University of South Florida, the Virginia Institute of Marine Sciences, the University of Washington, and the University of California campuses in Berkeley, Los Angeles, Merced, and Santa Cruz. Also among today's honorees are students who have assumed positions in business and industries, published books, stories, poetry, and articles, exhibited artwork, and won international design competitions. They have served as advocates for the powerless, members of our society, and taken leadership roles in community organizations, including museum boards, health and environmental agencies, and public schools. Our graduate students are already making an impact in our world, and we eagerly anticipate the contributions that they will make in the future in their chosen fields. It's a privilege for me to join with the college deans in presenting the 2017 recipients of the Graduate Student Distinguished Achievement Award. And now, Interim Dean of Graduate Studies, Ms. Kim, will introduce the deans of the colleges, who will in turn introduce their faculty and then present the recipients of the Graduate Student Distinguished Achievement Awards.
Thank you, Interim Provost Summit. I am pleased to introduce to you the deans of colleges who will present their honored students for hooding. Please hold your applause until all are introduced again. Will you please stand as I call your name? Linda Obre, Dean of the College of Business. Nancy Robinson, Interim Dean of the Graduate College of Education. Kenneth Montero, Dean of the College of Ethnic Studies. Alvin Alvarez, Dean of the College of Health and Social Sciences. Andrew Harris, Dean of the College of Liberal and Creative Arts. Keith Bauman, Dean of the College of Science and Engineering. Please join me acknowledging deans of the colleges. Students, faculty, and the platform parties are dressed in academic regalia for the ceremony this evening, linking today's activities with the traditions of scholastic antiquity. Many of our academic rituals date from the Middle Ages in Europe, when the church was the center of learning. The earliest colleges in Europe adapted some of the mode and style of monasteries, which is reflected in traditional gowns and mortarboard worn by scholars today. The hood represents a cowl, which was formerly used to cover head. It is worn now as an emblem, upon which silk, satin, or velvet borders can denote the wearer's academic degree, their field of study, and the institution from which degree was granted. The official colors of the university line, the inside of the hood, in our case, purple and gold, and the outer color indicates the field in which the degree was earned. By placing the hood on the candidate tonight, we proclaim that graduate has joined the company of scholars recognized throughout the world. The deans of our 6 colleges will now introduce faculty representatives and present the recipients of graduate students' Distinguished Achievement Award and the students from each college who has been selected for special recognition by college faculty.
Good evening. I will introduce the faculty representing the College of Business. Please hold your applause until I introduce all the faculty. The faculty members representing the College of Business are Subodh Bhatt, Marketing; Jason Harris Bounty, Management; Jean Wong, Accounting; Ming Lee, Finance; Sep Modric, Economics; Robert Saltzman, Decision Sciences; Nasir Sarabasi, Information Systems; Andrew Walls, Hospitality and Tourism Management; and Nini Yang, International Business. You may please be seated. The students receiving the Distinguished Achievement Award in the College of Business are down there. Lauren Huey, Master of Business Administration. Ms. Huey's team conducted a strategic analysis of Family House, a nonprofit providing free temporary housing to low-income families with children being treated for cancer at UCSF. They made recommendations on an intern and volunteer program and increasing funding diversification. Thank you. Charles Urey, Master of Business Administration. Mr. Urey's culminating project provided an in-depth analysis of Tesla through assessment of its overall business strategy and success in the industry. His team focused on what makes the company unique and how it can maintain its competitive advantage. It is my pleasure to acknowledge the student who has been selected by the faculty of the College of Business for special recognition, Yazia Goreski, Master of Business Administration. Ms. Goreski's many activities during her graduate studies include a semester in the College of Business Fellows Program, where she participated in a meeting with the Accreditation Board, and membership in the SF State Chapter of Net Impact, a student organization dedicated to using the power of business to create a better world. At UC Berkeley, where she works as a program manager, she is a member of the California Hall Green Committee, which leads efforts to improve building energy efficiency, water conservation, and landfill diversion. Her culminating project was the strategic analysis of Rising Sun Energy Center, a nonprofit that provides training and job placement services to low-income adults, and also hires and trains youth during summers to provide free home energy audits for their communities. Her team analyzed how efficiently Rising Sun utilizes its budget compared to other nonprofits providing similar services, and recommended that they put more emphasis on marketing to boost their donation income. Please join me in applauding Yasra Goreski.
Good evening, everyone. I will introduce the faculty representing the Graduate College of Education. Please hold your applause until I introduce all the faculty. The faculty members representing the Graduate College of Education are, please stand up as I call your names. Josephine Arce, Elementary Education. Yvonne Bowie, Special Education. Davide Solaria, Educational Administration. Patricia Donahue, Instructional Technologies. Laura Epstein, Communicative Disorders. Yanan Fan, Secondary Education. Doris Flowers, Equity and Social Justice, Adult Education. Brad Fogo, Elementary Education. Teresa Gray, Communicative Disorders. It's a graduate college. David Hemphill, Equity and Social Justice, Special Interest. Barbara Henderson, Educational Leadership Doctoral Program. Larry Horvath, Secondary Education. Summer Shaw, Special Education. Judy Kish, Secondary Education. Ming-Ye Lee, Adult Education, Equity and Social Justice. Daniel Meyer, Elementary Education. Stephanie Sisk Hilton, Elementary Education. Patty Solomon Rice, Communicative Disorders. Gloria Soto, Communicative Disorders. Betty Yu, Communicative Disorders. Maria Rosario Zavala, Elementary Education. Congratulations. You may be seated. The students receiving the Distinguished Achievement Award in the Graduate College of Education are Lisa Bates, Master of Arts in Adult Education with a concentration in Adult Education. Ms. Bates' article on Practitioner Perspective on Numeracy was published in the Journal of Research and Practice for Adult Literacy, Secondary and Basic Education. Her thesis is titled Stepping Over the Line, Applying the Theories of Adult Learning in a GED Math Class. Kathy Beline, Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in Early Childhood Education. Ms. Beline's study, Fostering Children's Social and Emotional Development Through Big Body Play, examined how a preschool teacher could support young children's needs to participate in big body play and begin to confidently assess and manage risk while promoting empathy, collaboration, and friendship skills. Julia Kofa, single subject credential in mathematics. Ms. Kofa brings her ability to listen, her insight, and her innovative spirit to one of the most difficult middle schools in the city. Her belief that all of her students can learn math is clear in her teaching as well as in her academic work. Karina Du. Education Specialist Credential in Early Childhood Special Education. Ms. Du engaged in research to understand early childhood educators' perception of leadership. She is also a member of the first cohort of early childhood special education students completing an 8-week study abroad in South Africa. Lindsay Hatfield. Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in language and literacy education. Her work as a district-wide literacy coach in San Francisco led Ms. Hatfield to conduct research looking at factors creating positive mentoring relationships with public school teachers. Her study is titled Feedback to Promote Reflection and Agency, Considerations for Coaching Conversations. Amalia Jari Median Glover. Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in language and literacy education. Ms. Median Glover is committed to serving children who are traditionally marginalized in the public school system, focusing on skill development and emotional and social resilience. Her culminating project is titled Culturally Authentic Literature, Building Cultural Empathy and Self-Awareness in First Grade. Mia Newman. Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in secondary education. Ms. Newman studied the effect of direct instruction on 6th grade students' ability to engage in scientific argumentation, finding that students' attitudes and ability improved after her implementation of a protocol designed to explicitly instruct how to effectively engage in and construct scientific arguments. Daniel Pearlstone, Master of Science in Communicative Disorders. Mr. Pearlstone's research was motivated by the belief that children of all abilities can benefit from inclusion in community sports activities. He was selected to represent SF State at the statewide CSU Student Research Competition, as well as the California Speech Language Hearing Association Conference. Noah Price. Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in Special Interest Education. For his thesis titled California State University Challenges to Campus Internationalization, a Critical Theory Perspective, Mr. Price constructed case studies of 3 CSU campuses to explore the impact of the CSU Academic Senate Resolution on supporting international experiences and global perspectives in CSU education. Marisol Quevedo. Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in equity and social justice in education. For her culminating project, Ms. Quevedo developed an after-school curriculum applying a social justice-based, transformative resistance approach to the issue of school bullying. Results suggested that the targeted curriculum such as this can support the development of critical consciousness in students. Maria Rosa Regosa Rodriguez, Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in early childhood education. Ms. Regosa Rodriguez's field study, titled Self-Study on Early Childhood Professional Identity Through Adaptations to a New Country, utilized narrative inquiry and interviews to examine the experiences and perspectives of several international teachers working in the San Francisco Bay Area. Gat Savaldi Harusi, Doctor of Philosophy in Special Education. Ms. Savaldi Harusi's dissertation is of great importance to students with speech impairments who rely on augmentative and alternative communication. She described the emergence of clause formations and verb use in the interactions between these children and speaking adults. She's presented her work at conferences and has been invited by Stanford University to join their research group. Jolynn Teresa Washington, Master of Arts with a concentration in Educational Administration. Ms. Washington completed a project critically analyzing both positive behavioral supports and restorative practices from an equity and social justice perspective, integrating culturally relevant pedagogy and positive behavioral supports into a single framework to address concerns about racial disproportionality in schooling. Molly Wessel, Master of Arts in Special Education. Ms. Wessel supports young children with disabilities so they learn and thrive while interacting with their typically developing peers. Children in her inclusive classroom are encouraged to explore through hands-on activities, and she works to create a warm and collaborative relationship with their families. Jennifer Ann Wind, Master of Arts in Education with a concentration in mathematics education. Ms. Wind's research project is titled Positioning in the Middle School Math Classroom. How do students negotiate their position in a small group? She focused on how students talk, body language, and gestures positioned each other as good at math. Her detailed discourse analysis reflected a deep level of teacher research. It is a great pleasure to introduce Robert Daniel Nakamoto, Doctor of Education in Educational Leadership, who has been selected for special recognition by the faculty of the Graduate College of Education. Mr. Nakamoto has been one of the most involved students in the Graduate College of Education, as well as in his local community. He served as a graduate teaching assistant and research assistant, supporting undergraduate students in understanding complex material around issues of educational equity and offering them mentorship and writing support. Mr. Nakamoto's research examined the impact of professional development training in unconscious bias as a vehicle for increasing teachers' self-awareness of implicit racial bias and shifting classroom instructional practices involving students of color. His findings revealed teachers' increased awareness of implicit racial bias and the conditions that are susceptible to bias. While there's some indicators of teachers shifting their curricular practices as a result of this training, more specific follow-up is warranted. Implications can inform educational policy and practice in professional development on implicit bias. He is working to submit his findings as a peer-reviewed article to be utilized by educators and policymakers. Will you please join me in congratulating Robert Daniel Nakamoto?
Good evening. I will now introduce the faculty representing the nation's only College of Ethnic Studies. Please hold your applause until I introduce all the faculty. The faculty members representing the College of Ethnic Studies are Robert Keith Collins, American Indian Studies; Russell Jung, Asian American Studies; Katinka Martinez, Latino Studies; Siri McDougall, Africana Studies; Donalise Fisher, Africana Studies; Amy Siyoshi, Associate Dean, College of Ethnic Studies. Please be seated. The students receiving the Distinguished Achievement Award in the College of Ethnic Studies are, thank you, Jari Bradley, Master of Arts in Ethnic Studies. A nationally recognized poet, Miss Bradley has recited her work at the White House. She believes in the power of poetry to activate youth and inspire social change. Her thesis is entitled Black Queer Poetics and the Black Body, an exploration in queerness and radical joy. Bianca Louie, Master of Arts in Asian American Studies. Miss Louie's thesis explores the conflicts facing queer Asian American young adults who are evangelical Christians. She conducted in-depth interviews with subjects facing multiple intersectional oppressions on their journey to reconciling their identities. This study will be helpful to communities working with such adults. The College of Ethnic Studies has selected Alicia Garza, Master of Arts in Ethnic Studies, for special recognition by the faculty of the College of Ethnic Studies. In her groundbreaking role as one of the 3 founders of Black Lives Matter movement and political platform, Ms. Garza obviously continues to inspire an impressive range of international acclaim. Influencing public policy, public media, and creative scholarship. She has received prestigious national awards, honorary doctorates, and invitations to present at universities, as well as advise politicians. As recent as only last night, she and her colleagues were given the International Sydney Peace Award. Ms. Garza's thought-provoking thesis emerges as the best analysis available concerning the movement she co-founded. As her title states, none of us are free until all of us are free. And she calls for us to pull together as humans and demonstrate our most radical form of love through research and activism. Her work includes important interventions that contribute to improving equity and social justice in the Bay Area and around the world, and her contribution solidifies San Francisco State's historical legacy as being on the cutting edge of social justice movements that have fought many forms of oppression. She exemplifies the spirit of the Black Student Union Third World Liberation Front movement that birthed the college from which she graduates. Please join me in congratulating Alicia Garza.
That's a tough act to follow. Whew. All right, let's see. Good evening. I will now introduce the faculty representing the College of Health and Social Sciences. Please hold your applause until I introduce all the faculty. The faculty members representing the College of Health and Social Sciences are, and please stand up as I call your name, Diane Allen, Physical Therapy; Jimmy Bagley, Kinesiology; Nicole Bolter, Kinesiology; Julie Chronister, Counseling; Jose Ramon Fernandez Peña, Health Education; Jessica Fields, Sociology and Sexuality Studies; Gabriela Fisher, Social Work; Jocelyn Hermoso, Social Work; Susanna Jones, Director of the School of Social Work; Mary Alice Kern, Chair of Kinesiology; Vincent Lamb, Health Education; Jeanette Lee, Physical Therapy; Yanshim Lee, Social Work; Sonia Lenz Rashid, Social Work; Nina Roberts, Recreation, Parks, and Tourism; Graciela Orozco, Chair of Counseling; Tiffany O'Shaughnessy, Counseling; Jennifer Shea, Public Administration; Connie Ulasewicz, Chair of Consumer and Family Studies and Dietetics; Darlene Yee, Gerontology; and Susan Zeef, Kinesiology. The following students have been selected by the faculty of the College of Health and Social Sciences to receive the Distinguished Achievement Award. Caroline Celio Merritt, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Merritt chose to study the caregivers of patients with chronic illness. She reviewed and analyzed the literature on stress reduction interventions and their effect on inflammatory biomarkers. Her meta-analysis revealed a significant change in at least one biomarker. Congratulations. Sarah Fine, Master of Public Administration. That was a good one. While working full-time at UC San Francisco, Ms. Fine completed her degree in record time, 1 year. She serves as the director of UCSF Center for Vulnerable Populations Health Communications Program at San Francisco General Hospital and has co-authored several health-related scholarly publications. Saba Gibre, Master of Science in Counseling. For her culminating project, Ms. Gibre studied Summer Melt, a term for students who, at the time of high school graduation, intend to enroll in college in the fall, but change their plans over the summer. She designed a program to help support these students. Dulce Irace Gomez, Master of Science in Kinesiology. Ms. Gomez's thesis, Active Virtual Reality Games, Are They Really Active? Examined active virtual reality games as an alternative avenue of exercise for individuals interested in video games. With the data collected, she is helping create an energy expenditure rating system for VR games. Congratulations. Courtney Mahaffey, Doctor of Physical Therapy. Dr. Mahaffey conducted a systematic review and meta-analysis of the literature on targeted exercise interventions for neck pain, strength, and motor control in military pilots who are at significant risk for this disability. Her study provided support for including targeted exercise programs in military flight training. Congratulations. Nancy Martin, Master of Arts in Family and Consumer Sciences. For her thesis research, Ms. Martin traveled to museums in the Dakotas, speaking with descendants from the German-Russian area, examining museum pieces to determine traditional German dress components and understand the cultural implications of their change in dress. Congratulations. Araceli Montero, Master of Science in Recreation, Parks, and Tourism. For her culminating project, Ms. Montero studied the experience of diverse fourth grade students in the year following their participation in the Into the Redwood Forest educational program at Muir Woods. This was part of the Every Kid in a Park initiative, which had little previous research. Congratulations. Michelle Para, Master of Arts. I'll do that again. Master of Arts in Sexuality Studies. Ms. Para's thesis is titled Latina College Students' Consciousness and Desires. She has presented her research at multiple academic conferences. She is the recipient of the CSU Sally Casanova Predoctoral Scholarship, and this fall she will enter a PhD program in sociology at UC Santa Cruz. Congratulations. Selena Rivas, Master of Social Work. For her culminating project, Ms. Rivas conducted a joint exploratory study titled Welfare Workers' Readiness to Support Foster Youth in Developing Healthy Intimate Relationships. Addressing the high rates of teen pregnancy among foster youth, she hopes her research will inform pregnancy prevention strategies. Congratulations. Atziri Rodriguez, Master of Public Health. In her culminating project, Ms. Rodriguez examined the negative health implication caused by U.S. immigration policies and provided public health professionals with recommendations to support immigrant communities. She has presented her work on adolescent obesity prevention at various professional conferences. Congratulations. Shola Shidia Zumalt, Master of Science with a concentration in marriage, family, and child counseling. Selected as the Sally Casanova Scholar for the California Pre-Doctoral Program, Ms. Shodia Zumalt used her funding to design and implement an intervention for African American high school girls called Narratives of Resistance, Deconstructing Gendered Racial Microaggressions. She presents her results at 3 national conferences. Congratulations. Silvia Sobral, Master of Arts in Gerontology. Ms. Sobral's research focused on implementing the World Health Organization's initiative on age-friendly cities in Santa Clara, California. Her academic excellence is demonstrated in the completion of certificates and programs such as the Stanford iSage Mini Fellowship Program on Successful Aging and End of Life. Congratulations. Justin Wellens, Master of Public Health. For his culminating project, Mr. Wellens examined the social factors affecting food insecurity in higher education and provided recommendations for on-campus services and policies that better reflect student populations. He is a member of the ad hoc university work group on food insecurity and homelessness at San Francisco State. Congratulations. Casey Westbrook, Master of Science in Kinesiology with a concentration in exercise and movement. In her thesis titled Equity in the Outdoors, an analysis of local recreation and park plans, Ms. Westbrook analyzed state-level recreation and park policies for components supporting health-benefiting physical activities. She has presented her work at conferences such as the San Francisco Bay Area Civic Engagement Symposium. Congratulations, Casey. Selected for special recognition by the faculty of the College of Health and Social Sciences is Ms. Visakha Som, Master of Public Administration. Unfortunately, due to a family emergency, Ms. Som could not join us, so accepting her award and Taking the time to honor her is Dr. Jennifer Shea. Jennifer, please. Let me share a little bit about Ms. Som. Ms. Som has extended her studies beyond the classroom and into the community, taking advantage of opportunities to conduct applied research and service learning projects. One such project was a policy brief for the nonprofit organization motivating, inspiring, supporting, and serving sexually exploited youth on mandated training for healthcare professionals in California. Another was a consulting project for the Social Justice Collaborative, an Oakland-based legal nonprofit which advises undocumented immigrants who are in deportation proceedings. Her work was of such high quality that both community partners invited her to be a part of their advisory councils. This year, Ms. Som represented our campus at the statewide CSU research competition with her project, Aging in America and Meals on Wheels, exploring impacts on food insecurity, health outcomes, and hospitalizations, which identified health and nutrition policy implications. She is currently working as a co-author of a soon-to-be-published article about the research. Please join me in congratulating Ms. Visakha Som.
Good evening. I will now introduce the faculty representing the College of Liberal and Creative Arts. Please hold your applause until I introduce all of the faculty. The faculty members representing the College of Liberal and Creative Arts are, and they will stand, Michael Anderson, Classics; Susan Bilal, Art; Christine Brandis, Music; Michelle Carter, Creative Writing; Xiaoyun Chu, Design; Christopher Concholino, Modern Languages and Literature; Sarah Curtis, History; Burju Ellis, International Relations; Martin Gonzalez, Broadcast and Electronic Communication Arts; Shirin Khan Mohammadi, Comparative and World Literature; David Landy, Philosophy; Wenchao Li, Modern Languages and Literature; James Martell, Political Science; Nicholas Knackley, Music; James Quesada, Anthropology; Kasturi Ray, Women and Gender Studies; Nancy Reist, Broadcast and Electronic Communication Arts; Randy Rutsky, Cinema; Marc Roberge, English Language and Literature; Christina Rodolo, Humanities; Christina Sabi, Communication Studies; Britta Sjogren, Cinema; John B. Wilson, Theater Arts and Dance; Weimin Zhang, Cinema; You may be seated. The following students have been selected by the faculty of the College of Liberal and Creative Arts to receive the Distinguished Achievement Award. Amil Amin, Master of Arts in English with a concentration in literature. Ms. Amin's thesis, The Sound of Shakespeare, makes a genuine intervention in Shakespeare studies, drawing on sophisticated theoretical paradigms and archival documents to examine how language worked in performance on the early modern stage. Spencer Armada, Master of Arts in Humanities. Mr. Armada's thesis, titled Broken Novels, Reflexivity, Authorship, and Ethics in Contemporary Literature of the Americas, explored works that broke away from expectations of what a novel is, demanding new ways of reading. In the fall, he will begin a PhD program in literature at UC Santa Cruz. Jose Marie Roca Barbasa, Master of Music. As a countertenor, Mr. Barbasa chose works for his master's recital that included arias from the Baroque period written for the castrato voice. He also selected a song cycle by Claude Debussy because he wanted to bring the text to life with the colors that the countertenor voice can provide. Cecilia Bowden Bekele, Master of Arts and Humanities. Ms. Bekele's thesis, Woman of the Tap Renaissance, focuses on 5 women dancers who, in the 1970s, were largely responsible for rescuing tap dance from near extinction in post-war American culture, honoring its roots and reviving its improvisatory and adaptive spirit. Claudio Boyer, Master of Arts in Comparative Literature. The focus of Mr. Boyer's research is global narratives of descent, or katabasis. Comparing Dante's Inferno and post-Dantean narratives of the 20th century in Italian and Spanish, he shows how they adapt the motif to narrate subjectivity as the process of an underworld journey. Congratulations. Brittany Brennicke, Master of Art in Communication Studies. At the National Communication Association Conference in Philadelphia last November, Ms. Brennicke presented 2 original activities that she created to use social justice in the teaching of outlining and oral citations. She was also selected to attend a National Graduate Teaching Associate Conference last summer. Julie Chung, Master of Arts in Chinese. Ms. Chung used her advanced mathematics training to conduct research on quantitative methodologies used in the study of translation and interpreting. Her final project is titled The Use of Descriptive and Inferential Statistics in Interpreting Research, an examination of trends in 4 interpreting journals. Manuela Del Nevo, Master of Arts in Women and Gender Studies. Ms. Del Nevo's thesis, The Gender Data Gap and the Structural Invisibility of the Other, brings decolonial feminism to development studies by demonstrating how big data initiatives erase as much as they represent their subjects. She hopes to pursue a PhD. Bronwyn Dexter, Master of Fine Arts in Art. Ms. Dexter's creative investigations yield sculptural installations, live performances, and video projections that are beautiful, lush, uncomfortable, and frightening. She has participated in many local and national exhibitions. Her final project is titled Permeable for Darkness. Congratulations. Brandon Diaz, Master of Fine Arts in Creative Writing. Mr. Diaz has published many short stories and reviews and frequently lectures at City College of San Francisco on being a writer of African descent. His MFA work, a collection of short stories titled Fishing with Sergeant Barbecue, displays his uncommonly original voice. Jessica Emma Dibola, Master of Arts in English with a concentration in creative writing. Ms. Dibola has written a collection of short stories titled Recognition and Other Stories. These stories focus on characters at pivotal points in their lives, moments when they gain profound recognition of who they are and what is the nature of the world around them. Yumeng Du, Master of Arts in Cinema. Ms. Du's film, One Day, explores the loss of the sense of belonging in the rapidly changing world of contemporary China, using virtual reality to explore a new language and technique in film storytelling. She was selected to the internship program at IBM, working as an in-house creative editor. Faria Garan, Master of Arts in Philosophy. Ms. Garan's thesis, titled Moral Considerability for Non-Sentient Life, Duties to Wild and Domesticated Plants, shows how non-sentient beings like plants possess potential for well-being and deserve full moral consideration. She will begin full-time environmental justice advocacy work in Washington, D.C., starting in the fall. Monica Samantha Orozco Hernandez, Master of Arts in Museum Studies. Ms. Hernandez curated an outstanding exhibit at the Hayward Area Historical Society. It drew upon the collections of several museums to tell the story of how scenic destinations such as Monterey and Yosemite were enlisted to attract 19th and 20th century vacationers to Northern California. Ayaka Ihara, Master of Arts in English with a concentration in teaching English to speakers of other languages. Ms. Ihara's culminating project is titled Critical Awareness of Voice in Academic Writing, Universality and Multiplicity. It is a rigorous investigation of second-language Japanese writers, revealing rich insights into the ways language learners construct voice in their writing. Jordan Johnson, Master of Arts in Philosophy. Mr. Johnson teaches medically fragile, non-ambulatory, nonverbal, severely intellectually disabled special education students. This experience results in a powerful philosophical reconstruction of a good life. His thesis is titled Wittgenstein, Conant, and Kierkegaard, Toward a Resolute Reading of Kierkegaard. Julie Michelle Kanyuk, Master of Arts in Italian. Ms. Konyuk has displayed originality and rigor in 2 analytical essays, one on the theme of truth and fiction in a contemporary Italian novel, and another on the devil in the 34th canto of Dante's Inferno. She has also served as an exemplary graduate teaching associate. Heather Kenyon, Master of Fine Arts in Theater Arts with a concentration in design and technical production. Ms. Kenyon designed scenery and lighting for several theater and dance productions on campus, including scenery for the recent production of Chicago. She teaches and directs theater at Presentation High School and also served as a teaching assistant for theater arts classes at San Francisco State. Matthew McKay, Master of Arts in History. During his graduate studies, Mr. McKay focused on U.S. foreign relations, American empire, and Asian history. He completed an outstanding research paper on the Vietnam War in American memory and popular culture. Yuri Madanokoji, Master of Arts in Women and Gender Studies. For her culminating creative project, Ms. Madanokoji wrote a memoir titled Soul's Journey, an engaging, thoughtful, and compelling reading of gender oppression and liberation. This was accompanied by a critical essay successfully arguing for the effectiveness of memoir as both pedagogy and healing. Risa Lolita Marquez, Master of Arts in Industrial Arts. Ms. Marquez's final creative work is titled Encouraging Resistance Training to Reduce Frailty in Elderly Adults. Her research incorporated perspectives from kinesiology, physical therapy, and design to yield products that are usable and appropriate for aging in place. Yelena Novakovic, Master of Arts in Political Science. A gifted and active writer, Ms. Novakovic is interested in ethnic conflict and the rise of authoritarianism. Her thesis is titled Influence of the Migrant Crisis in Western Europe on Nationalist Sentiment in Host Countries. Her most recent publication was a book review in New Political Science in January. Elise Andrika, Master of Arts in Cinema Studies. Ms. Andrika's thesis focuses on Cartoon Network's female-created flagship series, Steven Universe, but her analysis goes beyond that program, charting new theoretical ground in gender and queer studies. She has taught extensively, including classes centered on gender and film. Kimberly Ann Patton, Master of Arts in Classics. Ms. Patton's culminating project presented the theoretical argument for the value of Latin in the public schools. Last summer, she worked with the Padilla Institute to write a Latin textbook for elementary school students, a textbook which is now in use. Erica Ramsey Pulley, Master of Arts in Broadcast and Electronic Communication Arts. Passionately committed to improving media coverage of climate change, Ms. Pulley has won several significant national awards for both her scholarship and her creative work in this field. Her culminating creative project explores the dangers posed by anthropocentric climate change in our children's future. The College of Liberal and Creative Arts faculty has selected for special recognition Salim Wakim Shahada, Master of Arts in Anthropology. Mr. Shahada is a scholar, an activist, and a principled citizen driven by his commitment to social justice. Using critical studies, Mr. Shahada's thesis proposes an activist ethnography of the social history and contemporary experience of Palestinian American youth in the San Francisco State University General Union of Palestinian Students. His command of theory and his skills as a crisp writer disclose a rare level of sophistication. Rather than adopt partisan political and ideological positions to represent the complications and challenges Arab and Muslim youth encounter in the United States at this time in history, he has undertaken a study project that allows his subjects to represent themselves and provide their emic perspectives in their own words. Mr. Shahada is committed to providing a fuller understanding of what it is like to be an Arab and Arab American youth in the United States. He describes the complexity of determination maintained by Arab and Arab American students in the context of feeling persistently aggrieved and misunderstood. A recipient of the 2016 Edward Said Scholarship Award and of the 2016 Dr. Philip M. Kayal Fund for Arab American Research Grant, Mr. Shahada has been admitted to the UCLA Department of Anthropology doctoral program. Please join me in congratulating Salim Wakim Shahada.
I will now introduce the faculty representing the College of Science and Engineering. Please hold your applause until I introduce all of the faculty. Catherine Boyer, Biology. Cheng Chen, Engineering. Nancy Gerber, Chemistry and Biochemistry. Ellen Hines, Geography and Environment. Serkan Hostin, Mathematics. Susan Lay, Physics and Astronomy. Plooney Pennings, Biology. Blake Riggs, Biology. Ravinder Sehgal, Biology. Zan Stein, Earth and Climate Sciences. Kimberly Tanner, Biology. Dawn Terrell, Chair of Psychology. Ilmi Yoon, Computer Science. And Andrew Zink, Biology. following graduate students have been selected by the faculty of the College of Science and Engineering to receive the Distinguished Achievement Award. Charles Barberry, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in cell and molecular biology. As anatomy lab instructor, Mr. Barberry created innovative interactive problems that really moved the students forward, such as his mathematical model of the gastrointestinal tract surface using a cell phone. His culminating project is titled Improving Sample Preparation for Long Molecule DNA Sequencing. Annalisa Brown, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in physiology and behavioral biology. Ms. Brown's research project, investigating the experiences of Black students studying biology at San Francisco State University, provides insights into how institutions must change to promote the success of Black students in science. She represented SF State at this year's CSU Student Research Competition. David Cruz Hernandez, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in cell and molecular biology. Mr. Cruz Hernandez joined a Stanford University research group focusing on normal and leukemic stem cells. His contributions to several projects warranted inclusion as a co-author on multiple publications. His final research project is titled A CRISPR Glance at Founder Mutations of Acute Myeloid Leukemia. Emma Curran, Master of Science in Psychology with a concentration in industrial organizational psychology. Ms. Curran's thesis investigated whether people are making hiring decisions based on generational stereotypes. In her survey, she used an interview with responses from self-disclosed millennials to determine whether participants would be influenced when making hiring decisions. Luke Evans, Master of Arts in Mathematics. Mr. Evans has proposed a new theory for recovery of band-limited signals, enabling the existing theory to carry out phaseless reconstruction without huge losses of information. His theory has important potential applications, such as detecting dangerous materials in public transportation. Ivan Gao, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in microbiology. Mr. Gao has investigated the roles of bacterial factors that contribute to efficient symbiosis with legume hosts, factors which may serve as potential targets for antibacterial therapy. Understanding how these cells infect compatible plants and fix nitrogen can lead to improvements in agricultural practices. Norma Guyton, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in cell and molecular biology. The results of her final research project, titled Planar Meiotic Spindle Rotation Event Precedes Proneural Cell Fate Selection in the Early Drosophila Embryo, I love titles in my college, have the potential to transform our understanding of the generation of cell diversity during development. Congratulations, Norma. Jordan Greer, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in Physiology and Behavioral Biology. Mr. Greer studied the transfer of beneficial bacteria from mothers to eggs among the maritime earwig. Bacteria found in common to both eggs and mothers were evaluated for antifungal properties. He will pursue a PhD at the University of Chicago with an emphasis on animal behavior. David Hoff, Master of Science in Computer Science. For his culminating project, Mr. Hoff developed a multiplayer version of the World of Balance Convergence game, which uses the principle of gamification to employ human intellect in solving ecosystem balance problems. Incorporating feedback from many users, his aim was to make the game enjoyable and easily playable. Congratulations, David. Monet Jimenez, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in cell and molecular biology. In her project, defining the functional roles of histone variant domains involved in sperm-specific gene regulation, Ms. Jimenez investigated how histone proteins control the packaging of DNA to result in a diversity of cell types within a single organism, particularly those that contribute to male fertility. Rupal Kalari, Master of Science in Computer Science. Ms. Kalari's culminating project for the Smith-Cadwell Eye Research Institute focused on developing a mobile interface for adding audio descriptions to YouTube videos. This tool will have a huge impact on the community of visually impaired users. Congratulations, Rupal. Michael King, Master of Science in Psychology with a concentration in Industrial Organizational Psychology. Mr. King's thesis is titled A Meta-Analytic Examination of Factors Contributing to the Job Satisfaction Performance Relationship. He investigated work environment and personality factors through a literature review and the completion of an original meta-analysis. Congratulations, Michael. Alexandra Lawrence, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in Ecology, Evolution, and Conservation Biology. Ms. Lawrence's innovative research project is titled Effects of Forest Fragmentation and Biodiversity on the Lyme disease-causing pathogen Borrelia burgdorferi. Her work bridges field ecology, molecular epidemiology, and landscape ecology. She has presented her research at numerous scientific conferences. Congratulations, Sam. Austin Lawrence, Master of Science in Geographic Information Science. Mr. Lawrence has developed an innovative solution to meadow detection and classification using object-based image analysis. He's presented his research at top conferences for geosciences and geography. He plans to pursue a career in conservation of mountains and rivers. Congratulations. Lan Ma, Master of Science in Geosciences. In her thesis, Ms. Ma addressed a fundamental question in our interpretation of Earth's climate history, testing the hypothesis that differences in tree ring records arise because temperature-sensitive trees respond to changes in sunlight as well. She represented SF State at the CSU Student Research Competition this spring. Congratulations. Krista Meyer, Master of Arts in Geography with a concentration in resource management and environmental planning. For her thesis, Ms. Meyer investigated carbon dioxide exchange over a living roof at the California Academy of Sciences here in San Francisco. Her research will enhance understanding of urban climates and our ability to mitigate the impacts of climate change. Congratulations, Krista. Jacqueline Nelson, Master of Arts in Psychology with a concentration in developmental psychology. She was a recipient of the Sally Casanova Pre-Doctoral Scholar Award for the 2016-2017 academic year. She used U.S. and Chinese samples to conduct her thesis research, a cross-cultural study of parental socialization of theory of mind. Congratulations. Hector Ramirez, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in microbiology. Mr. Ramirez has elucidated a critical signaling pathway that enhances symbiosis between nitrogen-fixing bacteria and their legume plant hosts. His research provides information that is essential to sustainable agricultural practices. He will start next year at UC Berkeley as a fully funded PhD candidate. Congratulations, Hector. Shervin Saba, Master of Science in Physics. Mr. Saba co-authored a published work on novel photonic materials with broad applications in communications and data storage. He won a first place in our college research showcase and many, many competitive awards. He's been admitted to many prestigious PhD programs in physics, and he will start at the University of Washington in Seattle in the fall. Rajni Shrestha, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in cell and molecular biology. Working with a research group at Stanford University, she investigated the use of stem cells to create cardiac disease. Her thesis is titled Elucidating Pathophysiological Mechanisms of Dilated Cardiomyopathy Using iPSCs and Genome Editing. She plans to continue her training and pursue a PhD. Congratulations. Samuel Stein, Master of Arts in Geography with a concentration in Resource Management and Environmental Planning. Mr. Stein's thesis examined water quality in the South Bay Salt Pond Restoration Project, the largest wetland restoration project on the West Coast. His analysis will inform adaptive management strategies for the project. He plans to begin doctoral studies this coming year. Congratulations, Samuel. Sarithra Tamaneni, Master of Science in Engineering with a concentration in Embedded Electrical and Computer Systems. For her thesis, she implemented an innovative integrated circuit, or IC, design flow that offers the possibility of enhancing hardware security and Internet protocol protection via logic obfuscation. This approach is expected to set new trends in the IC design industry. Congratulations, Sarithra. I know. Katie Ann Williams. I had to give them more of a chance. So, Master of Science in Biology with a concentration in microbiology. For her thesis, Clonal Interference and the Evolution of Human Immunodeficiency Virus, Ms. Williams used sequence data from patients on treatment in order to determine how different HIV drug-resistant mutations interact with one another. Her work is important for increasing our understanding of drug resistance in HIV. Congratulations, Katie. The student selected by the faculty of the College of Science and Engineering for special recognition is Mariam Khan. She is receiving a Master of Science in Engineering with a concentration in structural and earthquake engineering. Ms. Khan pursued engineering because she found the creative process exciting. She has conducted research assessing the accuracy of algorithms used in testing of software for structural evaluations during earthquakes. Her thesis is titled Evaluation of the Accuracy and Stability of Structure Property-Dependent Algorithms for Real-Time Hybrid Simulation. This involves a system in which part of a structure is tested physically while the rest of it is done numerically. She explored how the mathematical models are affected by varying the parameters for the physical component of a hybrid system to develop stability and accuracy limits. She is also recognized for her extraordinary community service. She assisted the Minority Engineering Program, MEP, with outreach events for K-12 students and mentored community college students in research and hands-on engineering projects. While pursuing a career in engineering, Ms. Khan also wants to give back to the local community and to influence young women to pursue education and careers in science and engineering. Please join me in congratulating Mariam Khan.
This has been an evening of celebration in which we've recognized our most outstanding graduate students. We take great pride in their achievements. We have by no means been, while we take great pride in their achievements, we have been by no means solely responsible for their successes. Without the love and support of family and friends, they would not be here to take part in this evening's festivities. Therefore, in honoring them, we also honor you. I would like to ask the deans, the faculty, and especially the students to join me in applauding you, family members and friends, who have advised, encouraged, and supported these students over the years. This concludes the formal portion of our ceremony.